Hello everyone and welcome to Faithful to Big Brother, where we are here to discuss Big Brother UK live eviction number 2. And my front door opened for the first
without
time
much
this week.
bother either. We were all worried it was going to jam open halfway through, but no, it opened nice and easy, slid open. Mm-hmm. Out came a giant prick, and then your front door closed again.
That's what I'm used to. Hello everyone, my name is Ben.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm only joking when I say that about Cameron B.
Are you?
Well, it's a bit. I think it's a bit harsh to call him.
Call him what?
A prick. I said it. I said it twice now.
Slam your hand on the table.
Oh no, oh god, don't. Honestly, that interview with AJ when he claimed that he slammed his hand on the table because he was...
Cameron B got evicted, everyone, by the way.
Oh yeah, Cameron B got evicted because he was testing the waters to see who would hash out because of the alliances that are in the house. I don't know what I'm doing there with everything. Come on, Cameron, just admit it. You got in a bad mood because you got called out. It had been 2 days at that point, and you were still crying. I know.
It's like Donna Preston from last year.
Still crying and bitching and moaning because people had said in a questionnaire that you were maybe a little bit messier than they were. Maybe you weren't doing quite as much housework.
Richard hadn't even seen this questionnaire.
I know Richard was like to take...
Excuse me.
Questionnaire?
Can I ask what's they're going on about? He's just in a different house, I think. In a different game. He's filming a different reality show, Richard is, I feel. No. He doesn't really know what's going on. So we had a comment on YouTube about Cameron B from Dale. Said, I forgot to comment this yesterday, but I completely agree with you both about Cameron B. He's like a throwback to a nuts reading bloke from 2005.
Yes, thank you. Good description. Nuts magazine.
What nuts reading bloke means to our listeners who were born after 2000.
In the late 90s, the early 2000s, there was a boom in, let's call them lads mags, which is basically a kind of a soft porn magazine, which would have women in very little clothing, kind of dressed.
And those
doing
women would later go onto the Channel 5 version of Celebrity Big Brother as celebrities.
A lot of them would be. It was kind of like a page. If a page 3 girl had a full, if the page 3 in a Sun newspaper had a full magazine, that's what a lads mag was. But it also had little tips of like how to pull birds and what aftershave you should wear and stuff like that. And they were harmless, and a lot of lads would buy them. They were incredibly popular.
Like stereotypical builders who wolf whistle would buy them. If we're going down to the stereotypical thing, that's what Cameron B was reminding people.
Young lads would buy them too.
Yeah.
Young
lads can be builders who wolf whistle. Thank you.
Basically, you could argue.
Sharon Watts doesn't mind when a builder wolf whistles at her.
Unless it's Billy. You could argue that it was kind of like the beginning of like men being a bit like, we should have power. It's the end, of men feeling like they had like this control over how women should look and be. Because then at that point there was a kind of like revolution, and women were like, well, no, hang on, why should I take off my clothes to impress men when I could just use, conversation or thought or intelligence? Not to say there's anything wrong. Oh God, I'm getting myself in a wormhole here.
I'm turning into Cameron.
I am.
Cameron K here.
There's nothing wrong here that if women do wish to take that as a career path. Honestly, more power to you, because the power is in your hands now. That's my point. The power is in your hands. It's not in the hands of a publisher. It's in your own hands now, because you can almost self-govern yourself. You don't need someone else
to... So a website like Nancy doesn't just get someone to give you money into PayPal.
Yeah,
By the way, what is this website? Can someone please tell me the website?
She gets 60-year-olds.
Website.
60-year-olds give her money and gifts from Amazon. You can put it on. We could put it on if we wanted to. We could put it on our link tree.
What, my PayPal?
Your PayPal, but also you can do an Amazon, what do they call it? An Amazon list. We could put that on our link tree. By the way, if you want to get in touch with us, you can find our link tree by going to what a link, linktr.ee/faithful2. On there, it's got all the links to our social media, and also how you can watch or listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, or any of your favorite podcast apps. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. If you are, please keep following and subscribing to us, because the more people who do it, the more we get out there, the more people who know about us, and the bigger the community we become. But also you can, if you like the podcast, you can also help us monetarily. Hello. Not with our Amazon wish list, but in fact with Buy Me a Coffee. buymeacoffee.com/faithful or coff.ee/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 donation, which helps run the show.
So I'm living my Nancy life here, and I'm just going to pretend that this person is a 6-year-old man on a website who's bought this for me. His name's Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Is that you? Loving BB this year, and also The Traitors. Thank you for podcasting something every day. I love your podcast, particularly when I am driving.
Why drive? Why particularly
keep them
driving?
safe on the road. What car do you drive? BMW?
Do you drive a car to work?
Oh.
That's a different...
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that here.
That's an old joke. Go back to a few episodes and you'll find that one.
A few episodes.
Yes, well, as...
2 years that joke's been running.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Thank you, Alex, for... I'm going to slam my hands on the table in a minute if you're going to carry on Jennying me.
I love Jenny. How she interrupts. How she just tells Cameron B to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You're really boring me. What are we doing? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, we've been doing a podcast literally every day for the last 2 weeks because we're covering Big Brother. We're also covering The Traitors UK. And this is another reason why you should subscribe to us, because we don't just follow these shows. We follow all the Traitors, English speaking versions, Canada, America, New Zealand, Australia, Ireland. We just did Irish series. And we cover other reality TV shows, and we may cover more things in the future. So, there might be a show that we don't cover yet, but we will in the future, and you'll be like, oh, I'm so glad I subscribed because I got this ping up in my inbox and this notification, and now I can listen to something that I'm really into. So there you go. So we might do something you don't like, you just flick it away, but then something that comes up that you do like and you'll be like, press.
Like Tasia. Someone I don't like, someone I do like. Yeah.
There you go.
So we had our eviction. Cameron B left. Richard got the greatest cheer from these. I want to say quite a small audience, actually, for a live show.
I noticed the audience has been either quieter or smaller. Can they not sell the tickets,
or are they just less money for security from ITV? So they're like, well, we can only have 10 people in the audience now.
Yeah, because normally it's
kind of like... There wasn't even a whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. What's that?
No, Jenny, there wasn't. Christ. There was... normally they have the audience about 10 or 20 deep from like where the walkway is. But there was only about 2 or 3 deep. Yeah, very small. Deep.
I was going to interrupt you then with a joke about being deep, but I thought, no, I can't interrupt.
Go on, go on. Give us your joke about being deep.
No, it's too low.
But you're quite right about your whoop whoops as well. Normally when they do the intro, there's a whoop whoop. So bring that back. If anyone's going to the live eviction or anything that's happening in a few weeks' time, start bringing back the whoop whoop. But don't be
renter mob.
Yeah, be the odd one out. Be the one that stands up in the crowd and starts. Because all it takes is one person to start a revolution.
So there was the house meeting we had that was threatened the night before.
Yes.
Where they were talking about being clean. All went well-ish.
Well, it never did go well because Cameron again took it personally.
He did. All he wants to say is practice what you preach. So if you're going to moan about being messy, don't be messy. Yeah, but then Cameron's side this whole episode.
Well, I wasn't because then Jenny quite rightly pointed out that they weren't preaching anything. It was all this was based on a questionnaire that they had to fill out, which, as you said, Richard had to ask Tate about because Richard was not privy to. And then afterwards, Cameron B was the one who then kicked up a stink about it and went the whole day mentioning it to anyone who'd listen. All the time. Anyone, I'm not the messiest. Oh, I've left a cup there. They've left a cup there. I'm going to tell them about it. So actually, he's the one who's going on about it and preaching about it. Everyone else just forgot about it. And it's, and so they kind of pointed out his hypocrisy here. Is like, no, you're the one preaching it and going on about it. So maybe you should practice your own mantra, Cameron B. But yeah, and
it was the fact that he couldn't admit that this was bothering him, which was making most people... That was annoying Jenny the most, and people like, literally, you're the one going on about it. No one else is, but he's also pretending that he's not bothered about it. So it ruffled a few feathers. Faye Shola said in the morning that she was just not on a down day anyway.
We all get them, low days.
Which is why I think when the whole thing with Cameron K later on happened, when he took a potato, didn't eat the potato, said he didn't want the potato, but Faye Shola was like, well, you shouldn't take it, you should have put it back in the pot. And he was like, well, I was going to put it back in the pot, but you told me not to, you barked at me. And then that was then the next thing that triggered the next load of things. So Cameron K, I don't feel he meant anything malicious when he said you barked at me. I think it was like, it's like a turn of phrase that you use, but obviously the Faye Shola felt attacked by using that particular phrase towards her, but I don't think Cameron K really knew the connotations against that. But at the same time, he then didn't really help himself because Faye Shola then wanted to talk, and Zila was like, "Oh yeah, just us group. She wants to talk with you with a group there," which is fine. But Cameron K then
told the group told
Caroline Well, he went over to like Jenny and Caroline, and he was like, Faye Shola wants to talk to the group. And Caroline thought she meant another house meeting. So she was like, well, where is everyone? Because everyone had gone missing. And Cameron K was like, oh no, Jenny, not you, to Caroline.
He said
only our friendship group.
Their friendship group, yeah.
So then that, bless Cameron K. He did, again, I don't think he
didn't
meant
mean to stir the pot, but he had.
That comment triggered a whole event.
Yeah.
Of misunderstanding.
So rewind back. Faye Shola had said that something had happened in her past that meant that language or that term when Cameron
just
K
historically
said...
as well is what she means as well.
That Cameron K had said barked at. That Cameron K had said barked at was hurtful to her, and she pointed out that and from the impression I got, they didn't kind of outright say anything, but from the impression I got, I think Faye Shola had been called aggressive because of the colour of her skin in the past. And so because Cameron K had said barked, it almost had connotations of saying that she was being aggressive. And because she then said, and he said that to a black woman, Cameron K was very upset because Cameron K considers Faye Shola a friend. And because she went off and his group of friends, because let's be honest, they are a group of friends, had gone with her and comforted her, Cameron K felt a little bit upset. So he was in that almost triggering phase where he was going to, I know he's scratching, that's the cat producer, by the way, he's making his feelings known about Cameron B, he's doing a dump in the litter tray. Cameron K felt almost, he was at that triggering phase where if he felt like he wasn't being part of the group that he had kind of got close to, and so was then trying to cling on to anyone who would be a friend at that point. A bit what Elsa did when her and Marcus broke up.
And who was lurking around to put his words of wisdom.
Exactly. It was Cameron B.
Did the group go off without you?
How coincidental.
Oh, just think about that. Have people all rallied around? Did they? Who was it? So yeah, he was like pushing it's a divide. It's a divide. They want a divide. It's like Cameron B. It sounds like you want the divide here.
Yeah, he was projecting. We love that term.
So that doesn't help. But I also do kind of see the side, and I don't like to admit it, but I do kind of see the side of Caroline and Cameron B and Marcus and that, because the trouble is the way that Cameron K announced it to Caroline, I understand why they took it the way that they did, and they were a bit upset because they looked around.
Yeah, the house looked empty.
There was no one there. Marcus and Elsa were just in bed together, ignoring them as well.
Which was funny also, if you think about it, because Marcus and Elsa didn't seem to give two hoots.
Well, they didn't know.
But also they didn't care. They were in their own company, so they were happy doing their own thing. It was only because when Cameron B then stirred and decided to make it a problem for them that Marcus kind of got up and went, right, let's go and do this. And then Marcus kind of lost the energy and then just walked off.
Yeah. Couldn't be bothered.
So, Elsa, you could tell was confused for why it was such a big issue, because Elsa was like, well, we're quite happy doing what we're our own thing here. And
so I do understand it in both ways.
God, Charlie, you really didn't like Cameron B very much, did you? Jeez, Louise, a real stink.
Right, the podcast needs to end. Right. So yeah, I do understand, and I feel like Faye Shola said the way that Cameron sort of barged in and all the men behind him and everyone behind, like all charged into the snug. And the snug is a really small enclosed space, which already had about 7 people in it. And like he was sort of charging in and they were like saying, no, don't come in here. He was like, no, this is a house meeting. It should involve all of us, blah, blah, blah. So I understand that. And then Faye Shola was like, well, you're not doing this correctly. She wanted to be in a place where she felt the people around her were safe and comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's who they were. And her and Tasia were talking about how it is to be called an angry black woman and stuff. So having Cameron B charge into a room was like the thing you don't need. The opposite of what you need there.
Banging the door, saying, no, I'm going to have my voice heard.
Yeah, that type of aggression. It's really this man who's like 6'4", whatever he is. He's
25 years old as well, which Tasia pointed out. He's 8 years older than Tasia, and Tasia said, and I'm more mature than he is. Yeah, I'm able to kind of have a mature conversation and not lose the plot over such a trivial thing as cleaning.
But at the same time, looking at the other side, I do wonder if maybe Faye Shola should have just spoken to Cameron on her own to begin with, and then this could have like not happened, maybe.
I think it's because, look, it was consequences, really. It was kind of, as you said, it stoked up the fire. More and more logs kept adding to the fire of the problems here. So Cameron
the
Kay,
log in this room.
There's a stinky log.
Producer Charlie is a cat, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's not just some
cat.
Human we have walking around the house who does a dump in the middle of the kitchen.
There's a picture of him. He's just gone to the toilet.
He's in the window now, contemplating his thoughts.
The whole room.
It's a pretty bad smell.
We're both pretending it's not there. Can't anymore.
No, it's there.
We'll continue.
Cameron K did the wrong thing said the wrong thing on 2 occasions. One to Faye Shola and one to Caroline about it was his friends and they're the only ones who want to get together. I get that Cameron B might feel a little bit isolated and left out and thought like, well, why aren't I part of this conversation?
Because he's always been there for them as well. Like through all
Cameron B?
Cameron K. Sorry, he's felt left out, didn't it? Cameron K. That's why then Cameron B swarmed around.
No. I'm talking about when they were having the conversation. When Cameron K.
Cameron B. Sorry.
So we've moved on now to actually when they all went in the snug, had the conversation. I get that Cameron B must have felt left out, but this wasn't about Cameron B, and this is what happened. Cameron B made it about him, and that's what the problem was. And I think for me, it was a mixture of one, Cameron B. I think felt like he wasn't enough of a presence in the house, and so saw the prize money slipping away from his fingers. Because I 100% tell you now that Cameron B went in there thinking he was going to go in there, be the cocky lad, everyone's going to love him, he was going to make the final and possibly win. And he had
comedy value.
With the fact he said in the diary room, he thought he was the comedy value, and he clearly wasn't. Richard's funnier than him.
Yeah, don't be aware of your own comedy value. That's exactly not funny.
But that's like when people say on Facebook, it's like, God, we're well funny, aren't we? We're mad. It's like, oh yeah, you're really mad that you have to tell everyone that you are. And Cameron B, he's clearly not used to, and we've said this before, not being the centre of attention, being the popular one, being the one that everyone wants to be around, being the kind of nucleus in the group. And to a lesser extent, I think Marcus and Tate are similar. They're probably very popular kids, and they've grown up to be very popular adults. But like where Tate and Marcus kind of are able to mix around, Cameron B just is upset because he can't be part of a group. He has to be the leader of the group, and he doesn't like it. Or the wolf pack, yeah.
Head wolf.
And because him, Tate and Marcus aren't the ones that are the big popular group that everyone wants to be around, and that actually the rest of the house are the popular group, excluding Caroline and Richard, who are kind of their own rogue agents now. He doesn't like it, and so it's got nothing to do with Faye Shola and I having a conversation with the whole group in the house. It's got nothing to do that he felt left out, that Cameron K and Faye Shola had their conversation together. It's because
he's not popular.
It's because he's not the popular one in the house, and that's what it boiled down to. And he lost his rag. You could see halfway through his eyes, he realised he lost his rag. He doubled down on it when he started then having a go at Marcus and Tate for not backing him up. And then when he went to the diary room, you could just tell at that point he was like, I've lost this. There's no point me carrying on here. And so, he knew he was, if that was getting aired the next day, which it was before the eviction, I think he knew at that point, he was like, that's not going to be very good for the numbers.
No. It's interesting because normally in Big Brother, it's that type of group is normally the bigger one.
Well, they're normally the confident ones, but
who have the more numbers, and the group that is actually the more popular group this series are normally the ones that get whittled away, but it's actually been the other way this time.
For lack of a better term, the geeky kids are the ones who are kind of like ruling the roost. Yeah, well, I mean, Elsa, Jenny, I could imagine is quite popular outside the house. I imagine Nancy's quite a popular woman outside the house. I think Tasia probably would be too. So it's just that they've gravitated toward people who they want to be around and they want to have an intelligent conversation with, and
not howl at the moon in the garden.
Exactly, not howl at the moon in the garden.
Got a problem with that?
Going back to blooming caveman Neanderthal state and just howling at the moon. So it's just unfortunate for Cameron B. If this had been the last two previous
2005.
series, or 2005 Big Brother, then Cameron B, without a shadow of a doubt, would be in that house and everyone would be loving him and reading Nuts magazine. It's
times have moved on.
Times moved on, and Cameron B unfortunately hasn't.
No. So, shall we talk about the big twist that is going to change the game?
Yes.
Quotes Will and AJ.
Exciting.
So Cameron B got evicted. We were teased this big twist. 2 housemates are coming in next Friday.
Who got evicted too early.
Yeah,
so
we
panicked and thought, oh, hang on, is Emily coming back?
I mean, I do wonder. I mean, this is the ITV series. I feel like they don't like to reference pre-ITV. So I'm wondering, because it's previous housemate, I'm thinking it's going to have to be ITV previous housemate.
Yeah.
Went too early.
So week 1, maybe week 2
Yeah.
push.
So we've got Ryan, who went early, the guy who said he hates they, them.
Oh, he didn't believe in pronouns, yeah.
And then got evicted.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if they put him back in.
Yeah, to replace Cameron B.
Yeah.
Then there's Days, who went far too early. She was the girl, she was like the Green Party.
Oh,
do you remember her? She was quite cool, but she did go, I feel like went too early, you could apply for her. Mm-hmm. And then there's Izaz, who went day 20, where he just didn't really...
He didn't like being there.
Yeah, I don't think he'll come back.
He won't come back. No, he wouldn't want to come back to do that. So that was the previous series.
Yeah, and then there was Frida, who went week 1, who was the one who was like, I'm a makeup influencer to Kerry. And she was like, really? People watch you?
Yeah, on TikTok. Yeah.
Her. And then Zach went week 2, and he was the guy who kept smiling.
Oh, he was the one in the interview who kept going, ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
Ba 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 ba.
So going too early out of
his
those
interview was fantastic. I loved that.
I don't think Zach went too early. I don't really see him coming back. No. Frida, I understand. Days and maybe Ryan if they want to.
I think Ryan and
increase
Frida.
That side of the divide.
I think it'll be 1 in series 1 and 1 in series 2. You're quite right. ITV do not reference Channel 5 for all their sins of what they did to Big Brother. They did reference back to Channel 4 series often, especially near the end when they were desperately trying to crawl back some kind of rating. ITV hasn't really referenced.
Plus, they wanted a bit of as like a relaunch, so like to reference a housemate from like a random series on Channel 5. I don't know. I just don't know if ITV would. I think they would try to keep it within the ITV universe, and I'm guessing they're not going to bring a celebrity from a celebrity one in who went early.
They might, but I mean, it doesn't look good for the celebrity, does it?
No,
and to be fair to ITV, for the celebrity series, they don't do a bad job getting some decent celebrities on the series. So it's not like, again, it's not Channel 5 series when you literally got someone who has like 100 followers on TikTok.
I mean, if Sharon Osbourne's going in, then that's just weird.
But did she go too early?
Well, she was only a house guest, wasn't she? So maybe she did go too early.
Maybe.
They
can got their own house. But yes, so whoever gets evicted, inverted commas, on Friday,
fake eviction,
goes into the secret house, and then the 3 of them live together, and presumably they'll probably do something silly like only 1 of them or only 2 of them will come back in.
They're all going back in.
All 3 are going back in.
Be 14 house, so it's all been very busy.
ITV, please don't do the stupid thing of showing them what the other house is up to and doing.
Oh, of course they. Well,
no, I hate stuff like that because I just think it's not only an unfair advantage, but the whole idea of Big Brother is it's meant to be you're not meant to know what's going on in the outside world, and it worked as a shock value on 1 or 2 occasions. But I just don't think it's not shocking anymore, and it's for me not interesting. Let them have their own little crib for 2 days. And let the other house will probably find out that they're there, and they'll probably play competition.
Hear them, yeah.
Well, not just that, they'll probably play games. It'll probably be part of the shopping list, and they'll probably fight against each other to win the shopping list.
The only drama that I can envision going through what the storylines are that the producers are doing, the only thing I can envision actually having an effect of them watching the house and getting angry is if Elsa is fake evicted she watches Marcus move on too quickly from her. Something stupid
Which he will.
Because they planted that scene in. Someone asked him, have you thought about if Elsa goes?
It was in the diary room.
Yeah, how would you feel? And he was like, oh yeah, well, I'd miss her, but I'd see her when I get out. So that's the only sort of drama I can envision happening. If Elsa's fake evicted and she sees Marcus, I don't know, who would he go to? Nancy?
But Marcus, on that point, after when they went through the names for the eviction, so there was Cameron B and there was Booze, and then Elsa got a chair, and Richard got a larger chair, a bigger chair, but Elsa still got a chair. I think Marcus suddenly realised, like, oh, I need to cling on to Elsa. I need to stick around Elsa now.
Get some votes.
And I'll be interested to see if maybe someone like Caroline might make more of an effort to be friends around Richard. Because they are both lone wolves. How? But
because he got cheers too, yeah.
Because Richard got cheers and Caroline's desperate for some kudos, I think she might go whoop and start attaching herself to Richard a bit more. So,
I mean, we don't really want Emily back either. Like, we forgot she was evicted after the first 20 minutes. And if it was any housemate but Emily, I'd be I'm a hypocrite. I'd be sitting here saying, well, actually, maybe that housemate who got evicted on day one should be one of them. But because it's Emily, I'm not going to say that. Because have they learnt their lesson from putting George in the house?
I was about to say, and Emily won't be any different.
Has had her 5 minutes already of writing articles in stupid newspapers about, I was only trying to be the friendly Tory and I was shown as evil articles.
How was she shown as evil though? It was just her VT, and then
because I was voted out because she's saying my VT said I was a Tory 3 times and I recorded 10 minutes of footage.
It's an easy solve though, Emily. If you don't want people to judge you for your political views, don't tell people your political views. It's as easy as that, and you probably wouldn't have ended up in the Big Brother house. So you clearly did it as a ruse to get into the show. So don't then cry and moan about it because the reason you got on the show is the reason you got off the show. Shut up, Emily. No one cares.
Don't tell women to shut up.
Oh, sorry, you're quite right. I apologise for telling you to shut up, Emily.
Just do better. But I can just imagine that she would then come back into the house now and just use it as an opportunity to be as extreme as she can to then have more leverage when she's then either thrown out or evicted again.
Especially if she's been watching and she's seen that George got a little bit of airtime, she'll be like, right, I'll start doing a George.
George was on Twitter last night. He's unlocked his profile.
Oh, good.
In the first 10 minutes, he'd tagged Richard Tice from Reform.
Shocking.
He'd tagged Andrew Tate and said, look what they've done, and posted an article about him being chucked because the only late arrival who got thrown out is Andrew Tate and him in Big Brother history or whatever. He was like, see, we're the same. It's like, you're so desperate, tagging people.
You sad man.
At Elon. It's like, oh my God.
You sad man.
He's already started his
George,
crusade of getting attention, not really working.
And look, and we all knew it was going to happen, and look how pathetic he is as a person for doing that. What a sad, pathetic person to do that. I want attention. Tag Tate.
Everything we thought is correct.
Yeah.
So we just don't want Emily back. We got rid of Emily. That was great. Got rid of George, thrown out. Great. Cameron B's now gone. Great. It's all been good. I don't think Garni, should he be coming back? But he was kind of voted off officially, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I did wonder if perhaps we're looking too outward and we should look more inward, and actually what they mean is they're bringing back Emily and Garni.
That'd be a bit stupid though. I feel like that just means the whole first 2 weeks wasted. Do you know what I mean? We voted Emily out, we voted Garni out.
The problem is that ITV have carte blanche now because they can literally bring people in and out the house all they want, because it's not like the old days when Nikki returned to the house after a phone vote, so people had paid money to do it. You do it on the internet. It's free voting. So if ITV want to bring people back that you voted out, ITV can happily bring it back without any consequences or any kind of financial refund that they have to return to the crowd.
Also, back in the heyday of Big Brother, there was such a big thing. If someone got out, you knew about the outside world. Do you know what I mean? You know all the opinions of people. And it was a real big thing because Big Brother was huge then. That doesn't seem to be a concern now. Emily and Garni would have known everyone's thoughts on all these houses. Do you know what I mean? Is that still a bit unfair, or is that not? Or is the show just different now, so it doesn't really matter?
I agree with you, because Garni and Emily now have outside intel, but then again, they use that now as a kind of leverage for the contestants, don't they? It's and also, I remember, I think it might be Nikki's return, but when someone came back, and this is on the Channel 4 series, and they were implicitly told you cannot talk about what you've learned from the outside world in the house. If you do, you get a warning. And so maybe there's that rule still there. I mean, again, in the glory days of Big Brother, the Sun newspaper tried to fly over a drone and drop notes in tennis balls and stuff like that. And that did almost happen, didn't it, in the ITV series? And they were all told to get inside. So clearly ITV do want them to kind of still be isolated from the information that's outside.
But even the rule of you're not allowed to talk, you could just see if Emily goes in and suddenly...
Oh, Emily will blab.
Well, no, just suddenly
Garni,
becomes...
actually.
if she suddenly gravitates and becomes friends with certain people in the house, people thinking, well, she's doing that because she knows they're popular. So does it ruin Big Brother, or is Big Brother just a different game? I'm not really sure if it's as big of a deal as it is.
What surprised me about this series is that from the when they first revealed the eye and the kind of information they were saying, everyone, and I said this at the top of when we started this series of the podcast, everyone thought, oh, this is going to be a much more Americanized style Big Brother. It's going to be a lot more gameplay. There's going to be a lot more kind of like internal politics, and the external vote maybe mean a bit less than it used to have the same strength it does now. But actually, none of that has actually happened. They've kind of just let them... It's almost gone back to basics again. They've kind of let them just have conversations and talk to one another, which I like. I prefer, I must admit, I prefer that. I like it when you just leave them to have their own conversations with one another. This is a really gripping series. But, it's, I don't know. You don't know, bringing two people back, it makes it more of a gameplay then again, doesn't it? And so then they're kind of, I don't know. It's tricky to tell.
It depends who they are as well, I feel like. I don't know. Like, it will because Frida will go, if it is Frida, would she go on there and just be really over the top because she knows that's what people kind of wanted to see from her, but then that's not her being authentic, so then it won't hit the same. That's like when you brought up Nikki, when she went back into the house, it wasn't quite the same.
Well, she went to Pete, didn't she?
Yeah, and it wasn't but like as a viewer, it wasn't quite the same, and then it was like, oh, actually, no. Let's vote her out again.
Well, yeah, because people didn't like her when she went back into the house. People actually, she lost exactly. But when she attached herself to Peter, and she kind of dragged Peter down.
It's a tricky thing to do, and I don't know whether it's worth it.
Talking about also whether they have any the knowledge they learned from outside. If they had always planned, if this had always been ITV's plan from the beginning to have two people who went too soon go back into the house, and they are from previous series, from series 1 or 2, and not Emily and Garni, then they might have
been isolated.
They've already been isolated and they've gone off and they've not been around.
That's what they would have done in the old days, but I don't think they would have bothered. Like, that's what I mean. ITV is so flaky that they just make things up.
They do it on the fly.
On the day. They're like, actually, let's bring two housemates in. These two. And it's like, oh, they've been on TikTok Live slagging everyone off, probably. Like, so yeah, that's what I mean. Back in the old days.
I used to love that because they'd all come with tans, didn't they? So, like, if they brought someone in 2 weeks into the series, there's like 5 new people, they'd all come with tans because they'd all been sent off to like Tenerife or something. And this was before, really, it was easy to get social like information stuff, from the internet or from TV,
So, we'll see. I mean, it's a long way away as well. It's not like
Friday's a long way.
It's like, why are they announcing it? And I'm guessing the people have gone into hiding now, but it's like, that's a bit too late. You could have done it a few weeks ago, but like, it's a whole week away. So,
but that made me wonder if they're actually going to do because I said to you when they said, oh, it's happening Friday, I said, oh, we're going to get a vote then. They're going to bring up 5 people and we get to choose the 2 that go in. But you said that they're not doing that.
No.
Which again, so it's like a week away. Why are you announcing something that's happening in a week's time? It's like, it feels really, I suppose it's because it's live.
They're scared of the traitors, aren't they? They're thinking the traitors. We've got to get our audience.
Thursday, can we just say the TV schedule? If you don't live in the UK, this makes no sense. But in the UK, the TV schedule, 9 o'clock on Thursday was Big Brother, the Celebrity Traitors, Taskmaster.
And Drag Race.
And UK. Drag Race UK on all the channels at 9 p.m. Thank goodness for catch up. That's all I have to say. Thank goodness for catch up.
Right. So you can get in touch with us. Let us know who you think's coming in. Have you got any intel? Frida's locked her Twitter, but she only has 14 followers and doesn't use Twitter. So has it always been locked? No one knows. Kerry was on TikTok Live last night. So Kerry's not going back in. She went in the tomb, didn't she? So, but everyone said she went too early. But there was Hallie as well. Hallie went too early, but she was like day 20 odd. Is that too late? Who knows? Let us know who you think.
Well, 20 is about halfway through the series, so that's not too early.
So that's
Imagine they bring back, what's his name? Nathan. Ugh.
Oh, he was in the final.
I know, but they could. This is ITV. Too early could mean you made it one day before the final.
Yeah, exactly. So let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think. If you work in the production of Big Brother and you want us to secret squirrel say information, then get in touch. Go to you can go to Buy Me a Coffee and buy us a coffee, which is worth £5 to help with the show at buymeacoffee.com/faithful or coff.ee/faithful, and also you can find us with all the links on our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2, and on there it's got your links to our social media. Also, how you can watch us on YouTube and Spotify. Listen to us on all your favourite podcast apps. Don't forget to like, subscribe. As I say, tell your friends, subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe. The more people who do,
like Marge Simpson,
the better. I think they're neat.
If you say it 3 times, you'll remember.
How about a potato? Mum, why are you always giving me a potato? I just think they're neat. So, and also if you do like the podcast, give us 5 stars and give us a good review, because that also helps getting our name out there when people go on the search bar and say, oh, I wonder if there's a Big Brother podcast. Oh, there is. I wonder if there's a Celebrity Traits podcast. Oh, there is. What's Ben having for dinner?
That's not on the search. Right, we're not back tomorrow. We've got a day off.
We've got a day off, everyone. Well, I haven't. I'm working.
Yeah, but day off from podcast is what I meant. Christ.
Yes.
You're meant to be a fake person in this, where you're a podcast person in this. That's it.
Oh, so this is my avatar, is it? Okay. I've got a day off tomorrow.
So, bonus episode tomorrow, everyone. No, it's not. We're having a day off, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.